everyone, it's your old pal Jordan the Lion. How are you today? Recovering after the Kiss concert like I am? We had a great time, as you can tell. That video was really long, but I think it was worth it. There was so much cool stuff to see. I didn't want to shortchange anybody. And we did make some arrangements for the future. So I am going to get to do something pretty awesome in the future with those guys, and I know you guys will love it. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna take off, go meet up with Stefan and Amber, and we kind of have some plans together today. So let's do it. Daze with Jordan the Lion begins now. Yeah, this is on the wall of my room. Lenny Kravitz was at the concert last night, the Kiss concert, and Stefan's wife really wanted to meet Lenny. And so Eric's saying, well, why didn't you tell me? I would have arranged it. There's Stefan FaceTiming with Eric. It's funny, those guys are kind of messing with me because they know that Gene Simmons' daughter, Sophie, has been like one of my crushes for a long time. So I actually got to meet her yesterday, and they were asking if I behaved myself, and I was like, yeah, it was a total, I would never embarrass you, Eric. And he said, yeah, you would, you just wouldn't know it. Look at the Archer. When you drop kicked your jacket and you came through the door, no one cared. Stefan was just showing me this. This is the Marriott, and their centerpiece in here is amazing. We got to go take a look at it.
Entryway looks like the Dakota, and even up there, look, it looks like the Dakota, which is where John Lennon lived, and that was one of the reasons he fell in love with the Dakota when he bought it, and it reminded him of England.
Wow, yeah, take a look at that. I guess that's the only visible version of Big Ben we're gonna get on this trip. My second trip to England, and Big Ben's been covered up both times. Hey look kids, it's Big Ben! I think she's vlogging. I just bought Stefan a rock and roll shirt for one of his next gigs. What is going on here? Hello, Big Ben. Right directly in front of us, there's a plaque on this that says Cabinet War Rooms. Here's a memorial in the center to the glorious dead. We're trying to figure out what we want to do today, whether we want to do like a Jack the Ripper bus tour, go to Golders Green Cemetery, or London Tower, or Tower of London. So we're kind of thinking about that while we go to a Sherlock Holmes themed pub.
A lot of options.
We're at number 10 Downing Street. We were passing by and we saw a bunch of people lined up outside this gate. So we were like, what is this? And they're like, it's the Prime Minister's house. Check this out, this is great. This is a monument to the women of World War II. Beware, horses may kick or bite you. Thank you. The Sherlock Holmes themed pub. Alright, let's check it out. Cool. Stefan just pointed something out above me. Check this out.
Right above your head, Jordan.
How funny is that? And there's the story of Toby. Stefan's having a Bloody Mary, I'm having an Aperol Spritz. Yeah, he's learning how to social media all of his Kiss photos and video from last night.
Here's the situation. Eric had passes, passes got lost.
We had backstage, but Eric had apparently got us even better backstage, so we could have just been like standing on, basically off to the side of the stage if we wanted to.
Long story short, all my wife wanted to meet was Lenny Kravitz, because Kravitz was there, so I'm posting Kravitz sightings. You heard of UFO? Kravitz sightings.
Well, when in London, you gotta get the fish and chips, or at least I do. Stefan got some sort of weird vegetable plate with a Scottish egg in there. So we've decided to do the Tower of London, something that's so historic. It's been not only a jail, it's been a palace, it's been the mint, the treasury, houses the crown jewels, a lot of history in here. And probably for me, the most famous is, this is where Henry VIII sentenced his wife Anne Boleyn to be jailed and beheaded here because she cheated on him. Let's go explore the Tower of London. All right, we got our tickets. They're a little over 30 pounds per person for admission. They say it takes 3 hours and it actually closes in an hour and a half, so we're gonna have to speed it up a little. Those are great. That's so cool. The old ruins. Here we go. There are a few key points of interest I want to see, so we're gonna head more towards those right away. Do you feel like royalty or a prisoner going in here, Stefan? Okay, we'll go with king. Here's the Belltower. Our tour guide here.
This way, King Adika. Follow.
Here it shows in the Belltower that Bishop John Fisher and Sir Thomas More, which I think Sir Thomas More we were learning about in high school, even in Troy, Ohio, believe it or not. It says they were held here probably by King Henry VIII before they were executed for treason. So that's the Belltower that we were looking at when we first walked in, where they would have been kept. So here it says, King Henry VIII greeted Anne Boleyn when she walked through this narrow gate before her coronation in 1533. This private entrance was for important visitors and precious goods. Wow. Private.
He's actually the founder of Eton College in Windsor and King's College, Cambridge.
Now we're entering the Bloody Tower. We're gonna head in the Bloody Tower now.
Bloody.
It's just another thing I wanted to show us while we came here. Discover where Sir Walter Raleigh was imprisoned and the story of the princes in Tower. So they say his study is in here. There's his study. Here you can see it says New World Explorer, Courtier, poet, soldier, and prisoner. Raleigh was a brilliant, ambitious, and complex man. In 1603, the new king, James I, sentenced Raleigh to death for plotting against him. So he would have spent 13 years using this as his study. It says that he was so miserable here that he often attempted suicide attempts. Up the stairway. What beautiful grounds. God, can you just imagine the history that happened here? This has been around. They started constructing this in, I believe, the 1050s. So it took multiple kings and majesties to complete this. Take a look at this. Got some military activity going on over here.
Don't tell him any jokes. The guy.
He's got to give him a drink here. Never seen that before. We'll work our way in there eventually, hopefully. Here are the crown jewels in here.
Thank you again. We love you.
This is one of the few things here that you have to wait in line for, is to go in and see the crown jewels.
And that every state opening.
Look at the monkeys, like the little statues. We're gonna go in here where the monkeys are. It says this is the Martin Tower. There's one sitting way up there at the top. Now I believe we want to work our way into there and into here before they kick us out. What are you doing over here, fella? Wow, take a look at that. And this was the old hospital. You gonna commit yourself? Now it says this wall is part of the wardrobe tower from the 12th century. Now this is the White Tower. This was the main tower. So we're gonna go walk through it. It says there's 204 steps inside here. We were just standing here and I go, hey Stefan, look over there. Look at that gigantic elephant. I love the architecture out here. This is just incredible. This is what traveling is all about, seeing this kind of stuff. This houses a lot of the old armory. If you can see this, it says the princes in the tower. The skeletons of 2 children were discovered near this spot in 1674. They were believed to be the missing sons King Edward IV. So they would have been found right in here. There's a little plaque up there. Wow, take a look at this room. There's King Henry VIII's horse and armor. Silvered and engraved, it says. Look at the emblems on there, his initials. Look at that wall of armor. Stefan's seeing if he can fit into Henry VIII's armor here. This is when he was a bit bigger. You can tell. Look how I don't want to say. I'll say rotund. He was a bit more rotund here. You can tell by the waist of this and everything. But wow, that's pretty cool. That's when kings were out on the battlefield. Okay, Stefan and I both started laughing because this is Henry VIII's armor also. But look at the, he's basically got a sports cup here as though he was gonna catch in a baseball game. Can you just imagine how heavy that armor would have been to wear? I mean, in all reality, that is a lot of metal to be wearing. And here's Prince Henry's armor. Now this is King Charles I's armor, and you can tell just by looking at this how different it was at that point. You can see there's a lot of little engraving all over it. And this is the armor of King James II. Also much different. This is more cloth based, you can see, as opposed to the entire thing being armor. It's almost like a trench coat part here. Here's the collar of torment. God, wouldn't that be horrible? Says that this is one of the earliest known wall fireplaces in England. Now we're going into St. John's Chapel. That is Henry VIII's armor and his joust. Look at that. This whole case I'm going to show you is Henry VIII's. Looks like we're going up another staircase. That's our view out the window right now. Wow! Look at that. Holy smoke, look at him. So, Stefan, I'm assuming this is what you meant when we walked up the stairs and you said, get your camera ready. Wow. Look at what it's made of. Here's like treaties, and then there's treasure in there in the belly. The feet are made out of old guns. So that's a model of the grounds here that we've been walking through this whole time. And this room is the Armory Storehouse. Now I think they're about to kick us out, but I really want to go in here before we leave. Because the chapel that we're going to go in is where King Henry built the chapel, and that's where they say that they see Anne Boleyn's ghost. So straight up against that wall straight ahead is where Anne Boleyn's buried. And as we walk out, look at what we're looking at. Tower Bridge. Dude, Stefan, how awesome was that? For only having an hour and a half, they say you need 3 hours. I don't think you really need 3 hours, do you?
I think the trick is, the key is to come
keep it moving.
At the end of the day, because people are leaving, you can get in quicker. The workers are tired.
And if people are like holding you back, you just go around them.
And
There's plenty
are tired, you could get plenty of pictures where you're not supposed to.
And this is titled The Traitor's Gate. And you can't forget the royal beasts. Well, my friends, we're gonna call it a day from here at least. We might head off and show you a little bit more today, but as for the Tower of London, we are done. Here's the Shakespearean Globe Theater. How cool is that? We saw that last time I was here, but got to look at it again since we're in the area. Not the original burned down, but that's the replacement. Look at that pedestrian walkway up there. Okay, random igloo sighting. As you do find in London. Well, my friends, we are gonna call it a night. I wanted to thank Michael Brown, Sherry Bledsoe, Pam M, and Richie Ann Stern for becoming my newest Patreons. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow. Have a great night, and goodbye.